We trying to get paid.
Making money, make it dollar.
We trying to get paid.
Making money,
Yeah, you save and invest, stacking up checks. Let's go.
Unless you've been hiding under a rock, I want to talk to you guys about what's been going on in the banking world. Signature Bank, Silicon Valley Bank, heard from the United States government, we all did, that 100% of depositors' money would be covered. Now, we understand the FDIC caps you at $250,000. Well, they just came out and told you if you had $100 million in the bank, they got you. They got you. All right? You didn't lose $1. First Republic Bank is very similar, like the two I just mentioned, a regional player in the banking space, but without any of the insane exposure to venture capital risk. And I'm going to let Jim Lehmanthal at CNBC tell you, because I know for those of you guys who watch me, you know, you believe a white man. When a white man says it, you believe it. So I'm going to put the white man on, and you're going to hear from the white man why this is a good investment. Even though I tell you great trades every single day on the show, but I'm going to let the white man say it, okay? And we're going to tell you, or he's going to tell you, why this is a great trade right now, and I think you should be in it, because it may open up red tomorrow, and you should still be jumping on this trade, because at the end of the day, it's a $120 stock without any problems, and human beings are reactionary, and sometimes many of us play follow the leader. And that's basically what happened with FRC. The regionals crashed. They looked at who else is big out there, and they said, hey, First Republic Bank, I'm selling. And this is a very, very cheap stock that we need to be jumping on right now, because particularly on the options. The stocks, I mean, you can play the stocks, but the options is where you want to get in right now. And I'm going to show you how to get in a great trade. But right now, let me let the white man tell you why it's a great trade. All right, let's listen up. Fair use, fair use.
Moment, obviously, implications for the Fed. What Gundlach told me yesterday about that, what others are saying about that, but some others are making some moves which are pretty interesting in this market. Jim Lebenthal, you bought the KRE, the regional bank ETF. You bought First Republic, too, as the regional banks rebound in a very, very big way today. Yeah. Take me through those, please.
Yeah, I will. Scott, I'm not trying to be a hero here at all, okay? What I do, and you know this, is I analyze companies. I look at their financial statements. Now, let me back up. On Friday, which sounds like ancient history, I had clients calling, moving large amounts of money out of First Republic Bank into the investment accounts at various custodians that we use. And that triggered me to look at what's going on at First Republic, okay? And I'm going to tell you right now that First Republic, as a representative of the regional banks, but also the regional bank that has the crosshairs on it right now, is a good bank. It's doing good banking. It takes in deposits. Half of the loans on its, half of the assets on its balance sheet are mortgages. Half of the assets are mortgages to people with an average FICO score of 780 and a loan to value on these mortgages of 60%. Now, that's at a gross level. That's good banking, and that's what you want banks to do. So when everything went down with Silicon Valley Bank, and I saw what the Fed did, I said the Fed is doing the right thing. A company like First Republic, a bank like First Republic, should not be going down the way it did last week and yesterday morning. It is a good bank doing the right thing, lubricating the economy by lending. So I looked at the balance sheet. I also looked at the funding, Scott. Okay, so between cash on hand, $6 billion, treasuries, which at $30 billion of market value can be used as collateral in the new Fed lending facility, and $70 billion of financing, including from JP Morgan. That is a lot of their $168 billion deposit base. This is not a bank in trouble. This is a bank that is now meaningfully undervalued, and I think representative of the regional bank index in general. Last thing on this, I've never actually owned a regional bank. This is my first foray.
There it is, folks. There it is. And this is why this is such a great trade for you to be in. All right? Now, what I would do in taking this trade is what's called a debit spread. I introduced to you this video maybe in another video about 2 videos ago, why this would be a great trade to take, because one, your downside risk in a situation like this is capped. All right, so let's go ahead and reset the charts here. When you're picking up a falling knife like this, and again, I don't like to go in on the first day. I look for the first green day after a huge drop. And I didn't feel like yesterday was big enough. I like today. Now you're saying, well, this is a red candlestick. So what? At the end of the day, was it higher than it was today? Was it higher today than it was yesterday? Yes. Now, the reason why it sold off from its high today is because it traded over 400% its daily volume. Let me say that again. Nearly 400 to 600% of its daily volume was traded today on FRC. So you've got a lot of traders all over the world in this stock who got in at the low at 18, 19, $20, and they made a killing overnight. And they tried to time the high, and some did very well, and they took profit. If you bought yesterday on FRC, you made profit today. Significant profit depending on where you bought yesterday. And if you're an option trader, I believe that if you do a debit spread on FRC by selling a call and then buying another call underneath it and giving it some time to do its thing, you're going to be well made whole on this trade as well. All right, and we're going to go over that here in just a minute. In fact, let me go ahead and set it up right now. And I got a dummy call that I want to make on this right now. Dummy account. Let me see. Can I do this? Let me see here. It's going to let me do this. Just I want to show you guys this. Okay, there it is. This option chain. All right, so here's the option chain I want to sell you. And this is what I want to do. I want to sell the 25 calls for May 19th, 2023 against 2250. And I want to buy those. This is what's called a debit spread. All right, this is a debit spread. Again, your downside is capped, and so is your upside is capped. What I like about this trade is that your profit on this trade is, or your basically, where the stock has to be about is about $24. The stock has to close by expiration above $24. We're at, what is it, $39.90 now? Do the math on that. I've already done it there for you. It's about 47% lower than where it is right now. I do that because the stock could very well go down for a day or two, or 3 days, or a week. But at the end of the day, I don't believe that this stock is worth less than $24. And I want to give myself time for the market to figure that out. Are you with me? Are you with me? Okay. Now, I don't only like to know where I need to be above to make money on this, right? So we know we got to be above $24 by expiration. We're 47% away from this price right now. Okay. We're nearly 47% from that price right now. Where do we need to be to basically start making profit on this trade? We're going to have to do the math on that. Okay? We're going to have to do the math on that. And let's go ahead and work it out right now. Let's go to the calculator. You can go back and check the math if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty much going to be right. All right, so the stock is at $39.90. All right, can I go back to that screen? So the stock's at $39.90. Okay, you can't see it on here. But we see that the call option we're going to be buying, $22.50, is currently going for $23.40. All right, keep that in mind. So what do we have to do here? If you remember how I showed you this, we have to find the intrinsic value, find time value, and then divided by the stock price. So let's go ahead and do the math right now. I've already got this for the most part memorized. You're going to have to learn how to do this because I want you to know how aggressive the stock has to be for you to be in the green. We know about the $24. I got to repeat myself. We know about the $24 by the end of 66 days, but I don't want you to have to wait for 66 days to make big money on this. I want you to know where does the stock have to go immediately for you to bang big bucks, right? To start making some major green. So let's do the math on this. We know the stock price right now is at $39.90. Okay. So we're going to take $39.90 minus the call option we're going to be buying, $22.50. That's $17.40. That's our intrinsic value. $17.40 is the intrinsic value. If you buy $22.50 right now in FRC, you've got $17.40 in intrinsic value. Now we've got to find time value. So we're going to forget about that. We got $17.40 here. We're going to take the cost of the actual call side, long side, right? $23.40. We're going to subtract that by time, by intrinsic value to find time value. 40, that's 6. That's our time value, right? Time value is 6. 6 divided by the cost of the stock, which is $39.90. We get a decimal. We're going to multiply that by 100. The stock needs to move 15%. The stock needs to move 15% for us to be making some major green on this stock. Now you're saying, oh my God, 15%. Oh my God, that's a big move. Not necessarily. Not necessarily based on where the stock is on the chart, what's happened over the last couple of days, and what else? The cost of the stock. What's 15% of a 2-digit number? Heck, a 1-digit number. If I gave you $5, right, a $5 stock, and you need a 15% move, that's 75 cents. Yes, a $5 stock can move 75 cents in a day. We've seen that happen, right? Again, you need the stock to decline over 60 something days by 47% to lose on the trade. Right? I'm telling you how much you need to make to win big on this trade right away. It's a 15% move. It's a 15% move. All right. Now what's 40 times 0.15? All right. I need a $6 move in this stock. I need a $6 move in this stock. So can we look at a scenario where FRC goes from $39 to $45 for us to start really making good money on this trade right away? I think so. I think so. Why? Because it's already done it. It's already done it. Let me go ahead and clear this out the way for us. It's already done it. It's already made that move before. In fact, it made that move today. Okay? It's already made that move before. I can't get more clear than this, folks. I can't get more clear than this for you. It's already we already made that happen before. We already made that happen before. So at 45, right? At $45, I start raking it in. But I only need to be above 24 at expiration 66 days from now to win the trade. So this is how debit spreads can really put you in a win-win scenario in trading. Folks, I hope you've learned something. Did you learn something from my video today? If you learned something, please follow me on all social media platforms. Terry Julian Show at Instagram, Terry Julian Show on Twitter. I already posted this on Twitter earlier today. So if you would have followed me on Twitter, you would have already known about it. All right, you would have already known about this trade. Unfortunately, a lot of my people don't follow me on social media, so they don't know that I'm putting out really good information over here. I only got 19 followers, but I got a lot more people who watch me. So make sure you're following me on Twitter, all right? Because I'm doing a good job of tweeting every single day and getting this information out there. But if you're not using options, guys, on your trading, you're missing out on some really good high probability setups like FRC. Comerica Bank was for a couple of days there as well. I mean, this banking situation has been incredibly lucrative, and a lot of people have made a lot of money. I hope you are one of them over the next couple of days as well. It's your boy Terry Julian. Tomorrow is another trading day. Trade well. Attention shoppers, you've never seen anything like this before. An online mega store with all your favorite name brand items at rock bottom low prices. HP Silent Mice, $3. Lenovo Bluetooth wireless headphones, $6. 5 12 gigabyte M2 SSD drives, $15. DDR4 16 gigabyte RAM, $35. 4K high definition drones, $20. Video capture cards, $5. 256 gigabyte USB 3.0 flash drives, $25. 65 watt USB-C chargers, $20. Price is good until supplies last. All new customers get 30% off using the website Temu30.com. That's Temu30.com. TEMU30.com. Temu30.com.